taking up all of my space. You should get out of my way. You should get out of my way. Don't tell me what I should do. I'ma do what I want anyway. Don't really care what you think. You should get out of my way. Get your talking face out of my way. 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 I got too many plays. I won't even play. Out of my way. Get out of my way. Out of my way. Out of my way. All my friends coming with all their friends, and we get active, yeah. We get active, yeah. All of my tattoos black, my eyes bloodshot red. I'm ready right now. Don't run your mouth too quick. Let's get it. Stop talking. One way, my way, my way, my way, my way, my way. Don't make me rap, you get your talking out my face. It's in my mind, really, this in my DNA. I gotta get it, I don't know no other way. Get out my way.
Take the Lincoln Tunnel through Weehawken, through Secaucus, across the Hackensack River, and you'll arrive, as we have, at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Today we hit double digits, week 10, and we got a good one in store, as it'll be the San Francisco 49ers taking on the New York Jets. On the visitors' sideline, their head coach. His guys flew across the country for this one. Always tough to play in the early slate of games when making that trek. Opposite him, the Jets' Aaron Glenn. His guys ready to feed off the energy in this building as they try to win one in front of the home crowd. The shadows starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So now here comes the Jet offense as they get ready to take over. And they'll be let out by their third-year quarterback.
Brandon, I don't know about you, but when I heard he threw 5 touchdown passes last week, I thought, well, he's going to be the AFC Offensive Player of the Week. I didn't need to hear any other stats, and it turned out to be right.
That's exactly right. It seemed like every time we turned around, he was throwing one in the end zone. But he doubled down. He said, I see 5 more in this game. Challenge accepted.
Challenge.
First carry for the Iowa State man, Breece Hall. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6. Well, taking a look at Hall's numbers from a week ago. 17 carries, 100 yards on the nose, and a score.
After the last game, they have plenty of reason to be confident in their running game. And even though they're facing a top 10 defense, they're not going to shy away from doing what they do best. Make them adjust to them. Make them stop what they do before they go to any type of a change-up.
It goes as a loss of 6. And now third down. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. On third down, he'll drop to throw. That's complete. It's Brandon Ayuk. And they stop him up short of the first down as they get him at about the 43.
A gain of 7. It's 4th down.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. They'll be led out by their rookie quarterback from the University of Utah.
And he's got to be feeling pretty good about himself right now because he's coming off of a strong performance in their team's win last week. And you can just tell, even early in his rookie season, he's starting to get really comfortable out there, and things are starting to fall into place. In fact, in talking to the rival defensive coordinator of the team he's facing this week, he told me this young man's starting to get it.
This defense for the Jets, they were very solid last week in the victory over Baltimore.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there. And they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed.
It's a gain of a yard. And the 49er first down. A gain of a yard. First down, 49ers.
Back to throw. Barnett. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. It'll be a gain of just a yard, and it'll be second down. Looking to throw. Barnett. Open man, the former Gator. It's Ricky Pearsall. Calling a gain of 6 on the play. And now we've got a third down and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. On third and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And it'll be touchdown here, but not before he does pick up the first. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
On first down, Turner. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Second and 9 from the 44.
Brings up second and 9.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
Back to throw. Barnett. A throw left side for Pearsall is complete. Third catch for him on this drive alone, and it'll give him a first down.
9 yards. That's another 49er.
Here we go.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Looking to throw. Barnett. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. The Niners at 6-3 on the year. And they come in playing pretty well, 6-3 in their last 9.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line.
A gain of 9 yards. And the 49ers.
Let's go now.
First down.
Get cooking,
First and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop any like that one. Second down. Second and 10.
Come on. Hey.
Back to throw. Barnett. That's over the middle and cut by Pearsall. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. 3 yards is the gain that time. Second and goal. James will score. Touchdown, 49ers. So that a great sequence for these guys to begin the ball game. They force the punt on one end and come right down the field and score on the other.
And that's a great example of leaning on each other and building a little momentum that way. How about the defense forcing the punt, turns it over to the offense with confidence, and they take it downfield and score.
The 49ers ready to kick it away, and here we go. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Jets offense and their quarterback coming out for their second drive. And he's been very impactful when using his legs this year, both when the pocket breaks down and by design. You notice his name sits near the top when looking at the league leaders in rushing yards by a quarterback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how the defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Brandon Ayuk hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Jets are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Extra point right down the middle. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And they come into this one riding that nice long win streak. And remember, next weekend is an open week for them. So if they can get the win here, a lot of momentum into that time off.
It certainly is. And if you're wondering if anybody's saying, boy, this is coming at a bad time, we want to keep playing, the answer can be yes. Because when teams are on a hot streak, they want to keep going. But what the veterans are telling the young guys in the locker room, an open week is always good, guys. Take it, and let's go with it.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And got his man complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 39 yards there, a big one.
When they needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
Get it! Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped.
That's another 49er first down.
Come on.
First and 10 at the 21-yard line.
They run it with James. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
Ready? 70 Timberwolves. 60 Eagles. 60 Eagles. Ready?
Now a handoff up the middle. Turner. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Just a yard there, so it brings up a tough 3rd and 12.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run it and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean, or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Looking to throw. Barnett. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4.
A gain of
19 yards that time for number 19.
And that could be one of those turning point plays in a ball game. A field goal gets you the lead here, but they want to make a statement and get 6 points. And they're certainly going to get that opportunity as they get the conversion and set up 1st and goal.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And across the goal line into the end zone. Touchdown 49ers. A great effort there. His 3rd rushing touchdown of the year. And the 49ers have now taken the lead. Extra point splits the uprights. And that makes the score 14-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line of the end zone. So this ball will come out to the 30 now. The New York set to take the field. They trail a 1-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. Throwing to start the drive. Beal. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of 1st downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score.
He completes that to Garrett Wilson. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A 1st catch there for Wilson and a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Back to throw. Beal. They'll set up the screen for Hall. And he is going to lose yardage here. So it goes as a completed pass, but they lose a full 5 yards. They'll look to throw again. Out to the right here to Wilson. They'll wind up getting 10 back there, so it'll leave them with a 3rd and 5.
makes it 3rd and 5.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Back to throw again. And the Niners get there and bring him down. And the defense coming through on 3rd down. A loss of 7 to bring up 4th. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And did he put that on a dime? He did. Wow, out of bounds at the 1-yard line. The 49ers offense and their wideout getting set to go once more. And he's been as productive as anyone in the NFL in the middle part of the season. The NFL's leader in receiving yards to this point, and he doesn't appear to be slowing down anytime soon. And this heads straight to the sideline. I don't think they're going to let him get away with that. Nope, they won't. Here comes the flag. Well, we saw it, too. Nobody in the vicinity of that throw, and that earns him the penalty.
Yeah, you've got to at least get it close enough to one of your own guys in order to dodge the penalty.
And now, how about this? The free kick from the 20 going to be out of bounds. And that, of course, is a penalty. So they'll accept that penalty, and that will, of course, move the football up the field. They go play action here on 1st down. That ball caught. Brandon Ayuk. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. He finds Wilson. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. 19 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it 1st and goal.
1st down.
They'll run with Hall. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Breece Hall, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Jets have taken the lead. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is now 2.
49ers.
The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it was capped off by a Breece Hall touchdown run. The dangerous return man showing it here. And San Francisco gets set to go here. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. 2nd down in the yard.
70, Simba Wolf.
Off the play fake. Barnett. And that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
So many times we've seen him trying to escape the pocket and do something with his legs, but in this case, the pressure was too intense and he made the wise choice to just get rid of the football and make sure no one was going to get it.
That is caught. And he makes it all the way down to the 13-yard line. A big 3rd down play there for the Niners. 42 yards. They'll run on 1st down. It's Turner. And power running here down the 6-yard line. From the 6 now on 2nd and 3. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half.
Let's go now. 60 Bobcats. 60 Bobcats. Ready.
2nd and 3. And it's caught. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up 1st and goal.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Ready.
Operating from the gun. Barnett. And it's complete. In the end zone. Touchdown 49ers. Touchdown. Ricky Pearsall. In the final seconds of the first half. And the Niners have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is up to 5. So just 8 ticks remaining here in the first half as they'll kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together. He'll get this complete to Rondale Moore. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. That'll give him 8 that time. And it'll be second and a couple.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
Ready? 70 Lions.
A final shot before break. Beal. He's going to take a shot at the end zone. Why not? Oh, and that is incomplete. So halftime straight ahead. Let's get you down to the Sunshine State. And Scott Hansen with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. We're officially on to the second half of the season, Week 10. The playoff race starting to faintly take shape. Let's get into it. Our trip through the NFL starts now. In the Windy City, the Bears at home to take on Indianapolis. And here's the Bears wideout. He's going to bring this one.
It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half. And running with power here. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The visitors' offense and their wide receiver getting set for this next possession. And he's been a tough guy to contain this year, and his numbers reflect that, as you can see right here. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner,
yeah, they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
Second and 6. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And out across midfield down to the 45. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
Here we go, here we go.
On the ground, it's James. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's second and 11.
At the 46-yard line.
Up the middle they go. It's Turner. Oh, that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line. It'll go as a first down for San Francisco on a pickup of 16.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
Back to throw now on first down. He's got a man. It's his fullback. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a second and 1 forthcoming.
Second and 1 at the 22-yard line.
On the jump. Let's go now.
Now a handoff up the middle. Turner. And the big boys up front. They're going to stop him right at the line. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. James. And he is going to have the 49ers first down. At least it appears that way. And he got it by maybe the length of a football.
49er first down.
60 Vikings. 7 Pirates. 7 Pirates.
Operating from the gun, Barnett. That's complete to Pearsall. And a good gain here of 9 from the 19 down to the 10. And we're going to stop play here, at least momentarily. It looks like there is a 49er who's in some discomfort. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. Ball resting on the 10-yard line. It's 2nd and 1.
Get it. Trap 60. Trap 6. Cougar 19.
Looking to throw. Barnett. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1.
Ready.
Off play action. Barnett. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. A 10-yard touchdown run. And the 49ers take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
And this is a balancing act for a head coach with a rookie quarterback. You've got to walk a line with him. You don't want him getting happy feet, but you also don't want to rein in what worked for him in college. And here, he pulls it down, takes it himself, and takes it into the end zone.
Extra point splits the uprights, and it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 35-yard line. The New York set to take the field. Well, the opposition laid down the challenge and opening drive touchdown here to start the 2nd half. And, Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a 2-score game.
Yeah, you're right about that. What was a small, manageable spread to overcome? A little bit more daunting now. I think you're exactly right. Pressure is on because you don't want them getting the ball back with a chance to really extend this lead out.
Now Hall to start the drive. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Got a man. That's Ayuk. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A 1st down there on a pickup of 25.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall. Now he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
Hall again on 2nd down. 4 yards on the pickup there, and now they're left with a 3rd and 8.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. And now that brings up 4th down there. A loss of 6 yards on the sack. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And that kick will go out of bounds right at the 20-yard line. San Francisco set to go on offense once more. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other. That could have been a huge play, but give the defender credit. Stayed calm, stayed collected, and kept himself in a position to make a play on the ball without a penalty.
60 inch, go!
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down. Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Back to throw. Barnett. And this pass broken up. Well, the contact well timed there, and now fourth down. And Bojorquez on to punt as he gets it away. Call it 46 yards on the punt, just a single yard on the return as he was covered quickly. And the Jets will take over first and 10. Looking to put a drive together. They'll give it to Hall to start the drive. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Second and 4.
And Wilson in motion left. Off the play fake. Beal. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Out of the gun now on third down. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here at MetLife Stadium. It's Jet football, but they trail here as we start the fourth quarter. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a first and 10. Looking to throw. Beal. Can't get away, and he's taken down. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up second down.
16.
Well, this has to count as a great team effort today, but this man, he's been at the center of all of it. Really special day for any defense to have this many sacks in a game, even more so for this player. One of the best individual efforts of the season.
Second and long. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. And the Niners will have the football as this is taken up past the 30.
At their own 31-yard line.
That's now a second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. San Francisco's offense returns to the field. They have to like the position that they are in. Fourth quarter, 2-score lead, and now the ball back after the INT. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down.
And the 49er, first down. A gain of 16 yards.
Unlock line!
First
Unlock
down,
line! Cougar 19!
They'll try the left side. Turner. And he is going to lose yardage here. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss.
brings up 2nd and 12 at the 46-yard line.
70.
Back to throw. Barnett. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw, because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. And I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. That one, a gain of 20 and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 18-yard line.
Looking to throw. Beal. And he's wrapped up. Taken down. Back at the 25. Lucas Van Ness. And there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
Here we go. 19 Tigers.
Back to throw. Beal. Oh, he's got a man wide open. Complete. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for 3rd down. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
Ready, go.
They'll go with a keeper. And I don't think he got there. No, they stop him right where it all started. Only a yard on the sneak, not enough. And he's a few inches short for 4th down.
No, no.
He'll try and run for it. And he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down. And that will force a turnover on downs. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. 43 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
And what a tough spot for this defense because they know it's coming, but they're just powerless to stop it. What a great run there to start the drive. And you can bet there'll be more where that came from as they try to ice this game away.
And he'll be brought down right around the 37. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts. And as the two teams talking over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. An ideal spot here to get a first down and try to run some more clock, and this is 2nd and less than a yard. Here's James. That's a good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts. And as the two teams talking over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
19, go.
They run the counter. It's James. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout. So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this 4th quarter.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Going for the deep ball. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Going for the knockout blow right there. I think if I'm up 2 scores, I'd be worried about an interception, but playing this way is what got them this lead. So you may as well ride it out to the end.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. He's to the 15. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Jet touchdown. interesting here in this fourth quarter. So they got one of the 2 touchdowns they needed. Now for the onside kick. And the 49er hands team does its job. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, huh?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Here we go, Jack. Panther 60, Panther 60.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They've got a second down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line.
Ready.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22.
But he picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Let's go. 19, 18.
Down to a knee for the 49ers. This one about to be on ice. So the victory here for San Francisco. And this not always an easy proposition, Charles. You had a West Coast team that traveled east, but they got the job done.
And there's so much that goes into it because your body time and your body clock different from what you're used to west, because if you go east, you're going to lose up to 3 hours, right? So is your body going to be awake when it's time to play? A lot of teams actually rehearse it. They practice it. Maybe the week of the game, they move everything up to that time frame so guys get used to doing it that way. I remember when I played at Tennessee, when we had to go from east to west, our trainer Tim Karen said, leave your watches on East Coast time. Every piece of information we got was East Coast Standard Time. Try to psychologically tell us what to do, as well as prepare our bodies the same.